Todderick Hunt, NJ.com, here to talk a little Rutgers football recruiting. Less than 1 week away from the spring game. Rutgers experiencing a bit of an uptick, picking up their first commitment of the 2018 class in Rashad Wild Goose, a 6 foot, 185-pound cornerback out of Miami Northwestern in Florida. He just transferred into the school. It's definitely a destination for college coaches that look for top talent. So he could see his recruitment pick up considerably. Rutgers being his only offer. He's a big, long kid at 6 foot, 185 pounds, can cover, can open up, turn, and run. He is a bit raw, but certainly a guy that can add great depth to your team. Could probably play the boundary, also play some safety and do a number of things. So definitely a solid haul for Rutgers in that regard. Also experiencing some success with Blaine Scott, who will make his decision on May 5th out of Ohio. Big offensive lineman. Rutgers is in the top 5 there. Real Mitchell, a top quarterback out of California that recently visited campus. There's articles up on both guys today on NJ.com. N-State, they're off to a little bit of a slower start, but guys like Kyle Dobbins out of St. Augustine, there's certainly a chance there. We talked to Kyle recently, and he had a great visit on the banks. Tyler Friday, who recently came up for a visit, will be returning to Rutgers later on this week, so we'll catch up with him after that visit to see exactly how that went. There's other guys like Alex Desiree out of Burlington Township. Doesn't yet hold the Rutgers offer. I think it's more of a if we offer him, everybody else is going to offer him type of deal, but he's certainly a guy that could end up at Rutgers if they decide to do so. And it's obviously interesting with spring football coming up. There'll be a ton of recruits on campus. This is around the time last year that things really got going. They had the one commit out of Timber Creek, and this is around the time of year when things really start to get going. Some of the New Jersey guys started bonding together and making some things happen. So it'll be interesting to see if they can repeat that pattern this year and kind of use this little momentum they have to sort of get this class going. And obviously the early signing period could potentially be enforced, which would be interesting, and is a huge development for college football, especially for these college coaches. A lot of times the saying in recruiting is a player's recruitment doesn't start until he commits somewhere, and then that school has to fight so hard to keep that kid in the fold. And now for college coaches, they could put less resources into kids that they've already got commitments in as long as they sign early, and really look to put those resources down the stretch into kids that they're looking to add to the fold. And from the kids' perspective as well, I mean, you're in this recruiting process earlier, you relieve yourself of some of the stress, especially if you know where you want to go. The flip side of that, you also can't snatch kids from other schools' classes late in the process, something that schools, including Rutgers, have looked to do down the stretch over the past couple years. This is Todderick Hunt, NJ.com, signing off.